We're getting there.
We got this. Wow, 21st.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. This is Al Flowers, TalkOne Radio, TalkOne Radio Network, joined by Jeff Zapp. He's always keeping me laughing. You know,
Well, I don't know about that. Only when one of us is salty, we try to encourage and uplift, right? That's all we're doing. Hey, it's Wednesday.
He keeps asking me, what's wrong with you, man?
I do not. Come on.
No,
you want answers?
Yeah.
You want the truth?
I don't have that anymore.
You don't have it anymore. Okay.
I used to have that little soundbite.
You can't handle the truth. There you go.
Get a life. That's right. Thanks, Joe. How about you getting a life? I got a big bone to pick with Joe tonight with his abolitionist teaching network that he promoted through his education departments over there. You know, he doesn't even know what he's talking about, doesn't know what he's signing. It's unbelievable. We're going to play a little bit of a soundbite that we stripped out of Fox News story. But it'll absolutely turn your stomach. If you think that CRT is bad, wait until you hear about this abolitionist teaching network. I mean, these people are just laying in the grass to try. Their holy grail is to destroy the schools. I mean, and they say it plain and simple. I mean, your whiteness has definitely gotten out of hand, my friends. So, there will be punishment. Someone will pay. And it's going to be your kids, by the way. So remember the vote right in the 2022 elections. That's all I can tell you.
Hopefully we get there.
Yeah, if we get there. If we're not all jailed up and,
Oh, my goodness.
Miami looks like Cuba, Jacksonville looks like Cuba, we're all in the streets screaming for freedom. And, we got all these blue helmeted UN troops over here.
We got a crisis at the border that they seem to be coming in. And I guess the latest article I read is the Air Force is transporting them around the country.
Well, why not?
Dead of night.
We got all that extra fuel we got to get rid of before the new fiscal year coming up. Might as well load them on there, give them a box lunch, an apple and a bologna sandwich. Hey,
a bologna sandwich.
They'll be, moving in next to you, or possibly moving in with you. How about that? Maybe you're gonna have to give up that. What is it, Raptor? You're gonna have to give up your Raptor pickup truck to them. Sorry, I know you paid $100,000 for it, but hey, you got another car. I don't know what you're complaining about. You got 6 bedrooms in your house. You got 4 people living there. What are you talking about? 8 bathrooms. You got a pool big enough to, handle 30 people. I think it's time that you people over in Riverbend like Joe Pesman, I think you better step up, man. Put your name in a hat. Get some of these dreamers. Have them move in with you. Feed them, clothe them. Let them stay at your house, drive your car, or perhaps maybe you could drive them around as part of your reparations, maybe.
That's an invasion of the southern border.
That's all. That's all. And it's not enough that we, through the normal system of immigration,
right.
we are the biggest landing spot in the world for immigrants. I don't know if people know this or not, but no other country accepts as many immigrants legally as the United States of America. Average number 1 million through the system,
right?
Through the turnstiles, following the orders, following the rules, following the laws. Not anymore. We have well over 1 million people that have been, since Joe stopped all movement on everything. We got Border Patrolmen now changing diapers, feeding babies formula. They're not doing their job anymore, folks.
Yeah,
and there's no one behind them. So these coyotes are running these people through into our country. They're showing up at these bus stops, They're being picked up by Catholic charities. Nobody knows who's who, what's what. These people are claiming these are my kids. They're not their kids. It's unbelievable the amount of confusion and chaos that's going on. Nobody can go down there and see it. Hey, let me just knock, 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 calling mainstream media. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not allowed there yet. You're still barred from going down there, by the way. Nobody talks about that anymore. Oh, Joe doesn't want us down there? Okay, no problem. Hey, it's the 21st of July. We're almost into the hot weather.
We're getting there.
90 degrees right now. It's partly cloudy through the rest of the week. Highs of 88. You know it's going to be 90. You know we're going to have a summer shower. And
hot and humid.
Yeah, it's going to be muggy. So, take a deep breath and swallow, because it's not going to get any better until about end of September. All right, great. Rand Paul sending criminal referrals over to the Department of Justice on Tony Fauci.
Did you see that interchange?
Oh, yeah. Hot. I guess Tony forgot that he was talking to a medical doctor. Dope.
Tony looked like he was shaking a little bit.
Well, yeah, he was seething.
Fangs came out.
He has never been challenged like this.
Right.
He has spoken to presidents probably looking down those glasses or over them, telling the president of the United States what to do and advising him. He's never been confronted like he was with Rand Paul. And the guy's a medical doctor, you idiots. He's not just some, somebody handed him a paper, some staffer handed him some contrasting information. This guy does his own research, you dopes.
Yeah, I think he did a really wonderful job in his line of questioning. That's Senator Paul. Yeah, Fauci's the highest paid bureaucrat in Washington, D.C. for those
$450.
Yeah, $450 a year.
Yeah.
He's been there for ever.
Yeah, I think he came in.
Joe Biden are in
right. And they rode the same bus in.
I think so.
Joe with his big ideas. See, how about those Democrats that they basically cowards in my book. They abandoned their state that they were elected in. They abandoned the state. They deserted their posts, in other words, in military parlance. They're worthless. You should vote them out immediately. Texas, take note. Get rid of those idiots. Well, I guess they're going to self-destruct anyway, because half of them got COVID for partying all the way down on the private airplane that they rented. Guess who paid for that?
I'm sorry. That's suspicious that they have COVID. Again, I wonder how these tests.
That's fine with me.
They always say, there's 2,000 new cases of COVID. How many are actually, here's the deal. Some people catch COVID and it's a non-issue with them. Others, it's life-threatening, right? But it's not life-threatening for everyone. It's not like you get SARS-CoV-2 and you're going to die of the Wuhan flu. It's not like that at all.
Right.
So these remember when CNN was rolling the death numbers?
Oh, yeah. It was like
ticker.
It was like the national debt.
We're still not sure how those deaths, the mortality rate was attributed.
Right.
Whether it was due to COVID or some other comorbidity.
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
Guy had a heart attack, but he was okay.
Yeah. Was it a car accident and he died of COVID? Yeah.
I don't know. It's not really a laughing matter, I guess, but
listen, it's got a 99.9% recovery rate, unless you're at peril. At risk for these things.
So it does beg the question, why the craziness, the push for these vaccines and all these other radical ideas, and we got the new Lambda variant coming out.
Could it be that we're now just pulling the scab off this stuff, this election results in Maricopa County? Could it be that they're getting ready to do the same thing in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin? You better get ready, folks. We've been duped.
The train's coming. It's already left the station, and they're running scared. I guess in North Carolina, I saw an article where they were trying to request to look into a majority of the counties up there, I think, use ES&S just like we do here in South
Sure.
Carolina. So they were trying to look inside the machines, and it seemed like the ES&S official said that sounded pretty legitimate. Sure, we'll open them up.
Yeah.
You know, lift the hood, take a look under there, and see what you're running. But I guess the board of no, we can't do that.
So, of course not.
Yeah,
of course not.
I'm telling you. But I agree with you. I think more and more is going to float to the top.
Exactly. Look, folks, it's not about 2020 right now. It's about the state of our country. It's about the absolute place that you're sitting or standing right now. How long has this been going on, man? How long have they been, fixing races?
Yep.
I mean, this is how, we do our duty. We go to the polls, we cast our ballots, win or lose. We go, well, there's a Democrat this year, there's a Republican. And certain things happen, certain things change. We are going through a massive change in this country right now where we are just sitting on our hands and our butts and not moving while the screaming minority of people that want to bring this country to its knees and destroy everything, these Marxists, Leninists, communists, and that all across this country, I'm so completely over talking nice and thinking about, well, maybe, they're just off a little bit. And, yeah, we can bridge this gap, because that's what we're based on here, communications. But I am done kid gloving these people. I'm done with it. Somebody's been messing with the recipe of our freedoms.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out who it was, and we're going to punish them. And we're going to move smartly forward with the freedoms and the liberties that people fought and died for in this country.
Because we need to find out whether it was incompetence or malfeasance or a combination thereof. And at the end of the day, if it's not an election, maybe these are selections. You brought up the question, how long has this been going on?
Right. Exactly right. I mean, how can you sit and just think that the talking heads, the CNNs of the world, and even Fox News, the whole bit, they've all been counted. Everything is squared. All right. It's not. Let's face the facts. You're not getting the coverage that you deserve coming out of Arizona right now, but things are going to start happening that you won't like, and you won't probably hear about it too strongly.
Yeah.
We don't want the ship to capsize. Nobody does. This is a great country. This malarkey that's going on about the COVID variant, lambda, and all this other, the tri-deltas and all this other stuff. Listen, it belongs on Animal House. Leave it there. It's a diversion over what's going on with our election situation in this country. The process has been broken into. I mean, we had in 2016, we had Democrats screaming about how Trump was, using all these people and Russia was involved. And all of a sudden now in 2020, no, there's no safest election since sliced bread was invented.
Well, they're very good. The radical left is very good about controlling the narrative.
Right.
Obviously through the mainstream media, which
Sure.
it's all propaganda.
Yeah. Well,
so they're able to, like you said, a very small number of people, the minority, have a very big bullhorn
right
to speak and disseminate information. And what they do is they're very good about flipping the script as well. And they do that so wonderfully,
right.
And they're able to do that. And critical race theory, how they start coming out with these things. And
look, BLM, the whole bit, all white people are bad. I mean, nobody in their right mind believes that for 1 minute. It's like saying all black people are bad. No, nobody in their right mind says that either. Yeah. I mean, what is your problem? What is this? They got a little bit of a platform. They got their toe on this, the diving board of America.
Mm-hmm.
And they're holding corporations underwater. I'll never fly Delta, by the way. I'll never drink another Coca-Cola product as long as I'm alive. All these different, you name it, they're writing checks. You know what their BLM's doing? They're buying big houses. One California. Hey, everybody wants to look at the ocean. Down in Florida, everybody wants to go to Disneyland. Listen, man, you're being duped. These people don't give a shit about you. These BLM people, these CRT, they're ambulance chasers. They're race baiters. They get paid. And they do get paid. 90 million? Nobody knows what happened to the 90 million that went to BLM. How'd that happen? But we know that the woman that resigned now has 4 big houses. She's got no problem. She's got no worries.
Living in the lap of luxury.
That's it. Moving on up, Wheezy. I mean, come on. You didn't help a single black family. What'd you do? Supply the bricks, the Molotov cocktails, beat up somebody, put the arm on some family, screamed at someone in a restaurant for eating their dinner and not acknowledging you and not raising their fist. I'll tell you, you pull that stunt with me and put your hands on me, game is seriously on.
I think that they've been used, this Blantifa, I call them, BLM and Antifa or Antifa, however you want to pronounce it. They've been used to create this chaos that we're in.
Right. Right. Hate.
The first person was sentenced for the January 6th incident. Did you see that?
Right.
In Florida? He got 8 months, I think.
And federal prison, right?
What was an insurrection, right? It was basically trespassing, interfering with Congress.
Right.
So I think they could have done up to 18 months, if I recall correctly. I'm not looking at
Yeah, for trespassing.
So where's the insurrection? Where's the insurrection?
Yeah.
So again, this is the type of narrative we are trying to fight lies on a daily basis.
Right.
And our country is divided, and it has been, but that's been a systematic approach to this. We have foreign and domestic actors that want the demise of our nation.
Right.
It's happening at the southern border with the invasion, right? We've seen the decline in our economic situation. Our economy was booming under Trump. And all of a sudden, this pandemic started.
Yeah, right.
Out of the blue.
And here comes another one, by the way. Here comes another one, another
fear,
variant.
Control, manipulation.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And all this, as we go plot our way through the hot summer months, and more scare tactics, more Chicken Little stuff comes out, more discussion about how blacks hate whites and whites hate blacks. More of this comes out, and now we have the people, the Asian people now going, hey, listen, we're fine. We've been getting hammered all along, but we're not complaining about it.
Right.
Hammered in the sense that, they can't go to Harvard because they get docked 200 points on their SATs because of their ethnicity.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah, almost.
That's like me trying to say Ukraine. The Ukraine. It's like stuck right there.
These. So, and then every Korean store downtown gets burned out every day. They rob them every day. Come on. So, I am fed up with the scare tactics of COVID, the race war starting. We need to have more action. We need to, Joe Biden doesn't even know what his education people are putting out. They're aligning themselves with radical groups, not only the CRT, but I'm going to play this later after the break. But you should listen up to what these people are saying about what they're doing, what their plans are for our education system. You better wake up, folks. You got to wake up. I'm telling you, black and white. This is not a issue on race. This is an issue on radicals that want to tear this country down. We are Americans. Pull it together, get it together, lock arms, and kick their ass send them to Cuba. We'll a straight swap. We'll take all the people that love freedom, and then you can go down and live in nirvana and raise unicorns all day long down there in Cuba. I'm sure you'll just love it there. I'm fired up about it.
Yeah, that's good. You should be fired up. Everyone should be fired up, because our civil liberties are under attack. Our very way of life. They've been attacking the model family for decades. Let's face it.
Sure. Yeah. Christianity has been bullseyed.
And the very foundation of this nation, as we know, we're predicated upon Judeo-Christian principles. And it all starts with the family. It really does. That family, the neighborhood and the communities, the morals, the values, the ethics, the belief system, the worldview, how you treat your neighbors, how you treat others, the relationships that you have. And it starts there. That's the nucleus of this thing. And we've been so overwhelmed with now 24/7 news cycle and social media and on and on. And the article that I sent you about that library in the UK, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Some of the attacks from a very evil, negative.
Right. These people are living in darkness. I'm telling you what, they don't know God. They don't have a God. They just have themselves. And that's all they care about. You look at these money people, look back, George Soros, Bill Gates, all these people are just money. They have so much money, they're bored with their money. So now look at what a guy like George Soros does. He likes to play puppet master. Now Bill Gates is in on the juice, and he's doing all kinds of fun things. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get this. We'll make a ton of money if we just push this vaccine more.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we're mixed up, bundled up, and we're going to go right down the pooper if we don't wake up, man. That's all I say. Wake up, say hello to someone next to you, and say, we're not going to take this anymore, man. We cannot do it. If it's not for yourself, do it for your kids and your grandkids.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that are going to look. I'm around in third heading home. I got about maybe another, knock on wood, another 10 hard years going for me. After that, it's a coin flip. It's just my genetics. So listen, we're not going to see the end game here, but a lot of our kids are.
Yeah, future generations.
So, you can sail around the yacht club bar and tell all these big stories about how everybody should help everybody. And we should just give money to people left and right. Doesn't matter what it costs. We're doing great. Doesn't matter. Well, I'm telling you, here's what's just a small chip of the glass. Take a look at this. Target has cut down their hours because of the amount of shoplifting, because people know that they can take up to $1,000 and get nothing more than a ticket from the police, even if they show up. So they grab anything they want and walk out of the store. Target's cut down their hours. Guess who that hurts? Doesn't hurt the people that are shoplifting. Of course, it cuts down on the amount of hours they can steal things, but it hurts the working people of this country. And if you're going to sit back and think that, it's no problem. They're stealing purses. They're stealing electronics. We're not talking about they're sneaking in or, trying to scurry out of the grocery store with a ham underneath their shirt or food. We're not talking about that. We're talking about sneakers. We're talking about, they don't. I don't know if they take big screen TVs. Who knows? I don't know. The film I saw was just they had a guy was holding 40 purses. These big fancy purses. I guess they cost a lot of money. Who knows? They come out of Saks, Fifth Avenue. So right. I imagine they were all over
high dollar.
Yeah. Nobody stopped them. Nobody. People were taking pictures of them like it was a sporting event. The people that lose their jobs because they shut down the hours, they're the ones that get hurt. Not the big corporations. They pass those costs on to you, folks. whether you like it or not. We'll be right back.
This would be like right now, these breaks would be great when we could put a video or something up for us,
Yeah.
or share just a.
Well, I think I have it. I'll dig it out and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'll whatever you want.
I didn't know what I was doing, man.
I'll be more than happy to create stuff like that for us. And when you share that, I guess you could probably on your preferences, I guess, will determine the size on the screen as it's. But yeah, that's good.
You want anything?
I'm good, buddy. Thank you.
Ugh. I guess we're the only ones here now. Let me check that front door.
Looks like we got Mike spillage again. My mom sent me messages. I hear you're an open mic. So I wonder what the deal is. Do you have a melon open?
Yeah, I always have it.
All right, bring it up real quick. Let's take a look. Go to your. Now go to. Let's try a different microphone just for grins and giggles. Let's do the stereo.
Subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
The only conservative talk radio where you are more important than the host. TalkOne Radio.
Something with the
5, 4, 3,
other
2,
commercials we
1.
heard.
Well, we're back. And I guess we were live over the air. I don't understand that. I don't know why our commercials weren't played. They were played here within the studio. We heard them here, but
doesn't do you all any good, right?
yeah.
Oh man, frustration continues. So
That's the way it goes.
yep.
You're gonna have to just put up with it. Let me just see. Our producer says the commercials are playing now, so she heard them before. So I don't know why they wouldn't be playing
Well, we
earlier.
just keep pressing on.
That's all.
Right?
That's all.
we
We'll
can do.
press on. We just roll with it, folks. That's all we can do. We're happy that you're here with us today. And what else do we have on the scheme tonight?
Pretty light. We were supposed to have Major Bob in from Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, but he
Right.
said he was going to be unable to join us. So it's just you and me. Big Al and Zapper having
That's
fun
it.
on a
That's
Wednesday
all.
night,
That's
getting you over the hump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had a nice time this morning. We were out at Operation Patriot OpFob and got
Yeah.
a chance to see some folks out there. That was really nice. Beautiful property. That was the first time that I'd been out there. And they're doing great things out there. More information to come from them. And they're doing a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, it was a pleasure that we got to interview the owner-operators of that organization and facility, along with the Sun City Veterans Association was out there making a donation, quite a sizable one too. It was very nice to be part of that. We interviewed both as TalkOne Radio, and we'll be posting those videos just as soon as we get them through production. And if you're counting on me to do it, I don't know. It might be a while.
I'm going to take a look at it. We got Brad was out there with us this morning too. and
Right.
Brad Storm, and we got some interviews, so it was good. Good time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm still kind of my mind is
Trying to figure out what the deal is.
Yeah.
I know it's like the Rubik's Cube. Remember that? When I can't get this color red over with the yellow. Take it apart and put it back together.
There you
Remember
go.
those days?
Until you find out what the secret is, then it's easy.
Well,
You go to YouTube and watch the kids do it.
I love, yeah, exactly. Well, now, yeah, hindsight, we've got YouTube and everything else. But back in the day, back in the 80s when
Right.
that first came out on the scene, man, Rubik's Cube was cool. But hey, I just saw this. I know I like this Larry Elder guy. And
Yeah.
did you see where they
me
blocked him from entering the race in California now?
No, I did not.
The judge orders California to include Larry Elder on the recall election ballot. So that's a big win for him. I really like him. I think he's a truth teller, truth giver, and good for him because yesterday's news was no, he wasn't going to. And so they did the right thing. So that's good.
Well, let's see. Let's have those people vote him in.
Yeah. I mean, they did the recall.
Here's a
for
smart
Newsom.
man of color. He's ready, able, and willing, educated, knows what he's talking about, is ready to step up and lead your state. If you don't vote for Larry Elder, then you get what you deserve. That's all I can say. Newsom is ruining that state. He's got nothing but an exodus of people leaving California for beautiful states like Idaho, Texas, Colorado, and even some people are moving to South Carolina. I just hope they leave their nutty ideas about how to run government in California at the state line. I hope they just say, we're going to go with the flow, what's happening here. I'll get into it, but, stop with this overtaxation stuff. I've had enough.
Yeah.
Let the Tea Party arise again, please.
Some party. I don't know.
How much you paying for gas right now?
It's like $4 a gallon
There you
because
go.
I used high test.
Sure, of
93.
course.
387, 391, something like that. I
Right.
mean, it's $4 a gallon, man.
Yeah, well, that's 304 for
So
us
it was
commoners.
it was
but
two something a gallon, over,
Yeah.
and so now it's
even if you use Sam's Club stuff, I mean, plus you don't know what the
it's always so busy over at that gas
Oh,
station.
yeah.
I just avoid it like the plague,
Right.
like COVID.
right. I like the plague, the COVID. You said it. Oh,
But it is. We know this inflation is coming soon. And it's already here, I should say, but the things are going to be more expensive, and so anticipate
super
that.
expensive.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? Work at Uber.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I got to wear my
Yeah.
beekeeper's suit, I guess. I don't know.
Do something. But yeah, I agree. There are many things that the cost is going up, and then
Oh, they say food costs 7%, and I guarantee it at least 7%. I mean, we had the cart like half full of no. We don't buy like all this expensive junk. Well, we're not into that. We buy the staples that anybody else would buy. $200.
yeah. Oh, I noticed that the other day when I went to Publix. My
Yeah,
cart was
Linda says,
a
"What
third of the
what?"
cart, and it was like $84. I'm like, whoa.
She goes, "What did you slip in a couple gallons of premium ice cream on me?" I
Yeah.
go, no. It was a clean deal. I shoplifted them because I knew that. No,
Premium. Yeah, a little thing of Haagen-Dazs is like
Yeah.
$6, right?
Yeah. Oh, what was is Ben and Jerry's shooting off their mouth?
Oh, I don't know.
I saw that they were pulling out of Israel or something. Look, the original idiots that own that company don't own it anymore. They sold it to another,
It's
like
Unilever or something like
yeah,
that. There's
another
a corporate entity. Or,
well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
left. They're well left of center. Let me tell you that. But of course, they keep the money within the potheads. But these people are now. It's like the idiots that stood against Chick-fil-A.
Right.
You think anybody cares that Ben and Jerry's is going to move out of Jerusalem? No, nobody cares because they're going to open up another ice cream shop.
Yeah.
Your ice cream's not that special, by the way. It's not even. Who cares? It's a treat. It's not even real food. I don't think anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't.
It's a glass of ice milk.
I had some Edie's earlier this evening, just a little bit. And it doesn't
They
matter.
went with the banana stuff you ate today.
Yeah. Hey.
What was it? Banana what?
That was banana pudding.
Oh my God, it was so good looking. We
You
stopped
should
and
have had
ate
some.
at
I would have given you
Fiddler's.
half of it. That
wasn't even a
I thought you were on
teaspoon.
It wasn't. It was a small little
Little
eighth of a cup.
A little
It was-
skippy
It was
cup,
like
man.
an eighth of a cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was.
Well,
It was good.
thank you that for.
Yeah.
I thought you should have told me that
But
while
like
you were
banana
eating.
pudding, bread. I love bread pudding. Things that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know. I enjoy. I like we talk about ice cream sometimes.
right.
A real good, real ice cream, and but I'm not a Ben and Jerry's fan. Never.
No,
really
I
have
never
been.
was, never will be. I don't care about the Grateful Dead.
Jerry Garcia.
Forget that guy.
I was trying to catch up with you there. Yeah.
I know he's dead. I'm not going to talk ill of the dead people, but the Ben and Jerry's, I could care less about them, quite frankly. Breyer's ice cream, don't buy it. I saw a guy do an experiment with Breyer's ice cream and some type of real ice cream, some other.
Breyer's isn't real. I didn't know that.
No, well, it's like the McDonald's hamburger that you leave for 3 weeks and you come back. There's not even mold on it.
I didn't. You're enlightening me. I was not aware of this with Breyer's.
Yeah, don't buy it.
Okay,
don't buy it. The guy came back and he dished out a huge bowl of it, and then he left it for like 3 days right on the countertop.
Yeah,
I mean, as you approach the bowl at the third day, it looked like a bowl of ice cream until the guy got a spatula out and took the top off it. And it was just like this slime underneath.
Ooh,
like
tasty.
Yeah, it was gross. I was like, that's it. I used to eat Breyers. I'm done with Breyers.
Yeah, I don't know,
buy
Edie's.
Breyers.
What's the one, Mayfair? Or
Yeah, the one in the yellow.
Yeah, I've had that a couple of times.
Right.
We like ice cream. I mean, most people do, or frozen.
Sure.
We were talking about frozen yogurt today.
Right.
During that, so
I like all that stuff that's not so sweet.
Right.
I like that. We had Bluebell is the big. Oh, Bluebell is.
I like Bluebell too.
Yeah, it's up in Northeast Ohio. It's a huge place.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
But I wasn't familiar with the Breyers. I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
don't.
that out.
Look
It could
up.
be a preservative of some sort. They use in some of these foods, and that's the thing is, I tend to buy pretty healthy stuff and prepare everything at home.
Right.
But there are some things, obviously, if you're eating certain types of junk food, right? Obviously, that's going to cause some issues, and you just want to be careful and eat in moderation. But the banana pudding was pretty good. I mean, that little scoop, like a little Jello shooter cup.
It looked good to me.
Yeah,
And those
they
two
did a nice
little
job. That was
vanilla
nice.
wafers on top.
What was the name of the place? To
Fiddlers. Give a big shout out. Listen, if you're on the road, if you're heading north on 278, it parallels 95. You don't want to get on the road with the raceway. Just take 278 north. Go through Ridgeland. First light you come to, make a left. Fiddlers is on your left. Park in their parking lot. They got a nice little parking lot there.
Yep.
Jump in. It's an old school, old time throwback little hamburger joint. That's the best way I can. And they serve a lot of fish. Flounder special was today. Jeff had that as a sandwich. It was wonderful.
It really was.
And I had a great hamburger there. I mean, delicious, crusty on the grill, where it gets crusty. Oh, it was delicious with a real nice bun. So, and
Sweet
I'll
people.
tell you,
Yeah, nice
three
people.
full lunches.
Yeah.
Sorry to talk over.
No, that's all right.
Three
Go for
full
it.
lunches, $40. What a cheap date.
Well, thanks.
And you got banana pudding too.
Yeah, that was included in the special, which was kind of awkwardly off to the right. You couldn't see it, but somebody said something about flounder, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm all there, man. Let's have a flounder sandwich."
Yeah,
But thank you. It was
a
good.
beauty.
It was good time. We had a few hours together this morning, hanging out at OpFob and getting some things done. It was really a really great morning.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to listening to. They'll be calling in on Friday. JR and Stephanie, and they got something up their sleeve, folks, that's going to really blow people away. I can't give it up. I won't give it up, no matter how much ice cream you buy me. But you're going to be really excited to hear about this up in Ridgeland and the surrounding Beaufort County, Jasper County area. It's going to be quite an occasion.
Yep.
So
I agree.
It was fun today. It was fun. Now I got to go buy gas. That's the sad part of the day. Is I got to go buy gas for $3.04. Thanks, Joe Biden. Nice job. Wonderful. What did he say the other day? Oh, well, you're going to have to expect it's going to go up. It's going to go up a little bit, Well, why wasn't it going up during the Trump years? Whoa. Well, they were playing tricks on you, it eventually would have went up. Yeah, okay. Please, with this.
Well, now that Trump's not in the spotlight anymore, so to speak, they got to find somebody to blame this on, right? They still like to blame him.
Yeah, well, they'd like to get a hold of him. They can't. He's too slick. He's too slick. This guy is, he doesn't play their games. He knows their game plan. He's hung around politicians all his life. He's paid off politicians all his life. You don't build buildings in major metropolitan areas without a little payola. Sorry. Anybody that thinks that doesn't happen, whether you be a Democrat or Republican, and you need to get with the program.
Yeah. Yeah, we've said before, there's shenanigans on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of this situation, folks. Like I've said about the RNC, what they do with all the fundraising in the fall, the $200+ million that they raised, that they were going to, where to go, And I don't know about you, but I get a ton of emails like every day. Here we are starting the election cycle up for 22.
Yeah,
and
right.
I get, hey, I'm John Smith, please send your money to me. And it's like,
yeah, right.
I'm not getting like 25 emails a day for
I do
campaign. I'm done. If we don't fix what we don't get to the bottom of, we're starting to see a little bit in Arizona, but if we don't fix what transpired in 3 November and then the Senate runoff in Georgia, which by the way, General Michael Flynn said it's going to be 10 times worse in Georgia in terms of the fraud than what we've seen thus far. And the full report hasn't been released yet, by the way, in Maricopa County, Arizona. Those 2+ million ballots that the VIX, they haven't done all the analysis on the digital side yet. Remember, because they're not releasing the routers and all this other stuff.
They're ignoring the subpoenas,
Yeah.
and they should go to jail for that. By the way, they should already issue the warrant for their arrest, and off you go to the who's gal.
It's nonsense. And so hopefully we'll get to the bottom. But if we don't, that's what I'm saying. These campaign emails that come in, I don't know.
I'm not giving you any money.
It's a conscious decision, I guess, that I'll have to make or cross that bridge when we get to it. If we do, whether or not I'll vote again, because I see this as it's so rigged, as Trump would like to use rigged.
Right.
Because if that's the case, and we don't know how long it's been rigged, right?
Yeah.
Then what's the purpose of voting? And what's the purpose of contributing to all these campaigns and stuff, calling on the phone, email, support and all this stuff, being part of the Republican Party, if it's just the same old song and dance, and we're basically a banana republic?
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, let's take a look at just some of the Republican organizations right here in Beaufort County.
Yeah.
I mean, we've approached them and said, listen, come and use our platform. We'll contact you. We tried. We reached out to several. You know what? Well, I don't have the crickets anymore.
We got a program in there.
I took the crickets off. Sorry. But that's it. You get crickets. Nothing. We have a huge Republican Party club at Sun City. Reached out to them. Nah. They don't want to come on and talk about anything that might get them in trouble at on the cocktail circuit. These are the types of people that are in leadership positions in the RNC and were the victims of their stupidity, of their cowardice.
Right.
I mean, when are we going to change that?
It's going to take the people. You said earlier about the Tea Party, and I think that MAGA movement, the America First,
right,
is that momentum, that shift that we're starting to see. I mean, we've seen this since March with the reorganization under the Republican Party. We've seen recently up in Greenville, South Carolina, all the shenanigans up there. 3 officers resigned, and
sure,
and
why did they resign?
Because they looks like they were doing some things that they weren't supposed to be doing, and so they just decided to step, which I think is the most appropriate thing to do.
Well, wait a minute. Let's make that clear for our listeners. Who wasn't doing the right thing?
Well, off the top of my head, I want to say it was either the chairman. There were 2 other officials. So how this works is during the reorg, when you select every precinct, every voting precinct, basically where you go vote.
Yeah.
So if you go vote at the local school or the church, whatever it is, that's your voting precinct. And the party is organized in a way that the power comes from the people. It's actually the person that's elected as the executive committeeman. She or he has the voting power for the local Republican Party. That's how it's organized. It's supposed to be from the, a pyramid. It's from the bottom up, not the top down.
Sure.
In terms of how the leadership has been run. Like you said, it's kind of like this country club. Oh, look at me, what kind of car I drive, and I bow tie wear. We're not saying there's anything wrong with bow ties, but you
Thurston, how old they are.
Go, Lovey, go to the yacht club later with me and hang with the boys at the Republican Party. Yeah. I mean, it's like, are you going to get anything done, or again, is it just a bunch of malarkey that we're seeing back and forth? So the power exists with the executive committee people and the precinct when it's organized. You have a precinct president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, so on and so forth. And the members are the folks within that precinct. So if you're bluffed in 1A and you are organized and you have your people and you have a executive committeeman, the executive committeeman or woman votes for the leadership within the local Republican Party. Okay.
Right.
So up in Greenville, they were supposed to, and it varies a little bit in terms of the rules, if you will, or the bylaws for that political party. It's in this case, it's Greenville, but they vary a little bit. Some of them require payment to attend that particular function with this case is the statewide vote. Okay, I'm trying to simplify it so I don't lose listeners.
Sure.
But ultimately, you're supposed to pay. Let's say it was like $10 or $20 to attend this event, so he could do this. Well, it was opted out for over 200 or 300 like members, and the more they were digging, the more they found that they weren't playing by the same rules. And so these people rightfully, when they were found out, they stepped aside. But the state chairman, who's Drew McKissick, called these people up there that were the MAGA movement. He called them a bunch of lepers. Did you see that in the papers?
Yeah. He insulted
And-
them in several ways.
I mean,
He put it
again,
in writing.
if we're supposed to be on the same team, and this is the type of rhetoric that we hear, even here within Beaufort County, I'll use as an example. I think I referred to this. Lynn Wood lives in our county now, right? The attorney who represented Richard Jewell back in 1996, the Centennial Park bombing. Nice man. And
Poor bastard that got hoodwinked.
And so he attended the last meeting, and it was held up in St. Helena. I think we had Helen call in. Remember the lady that called in? She was there.
Right.
And it just got, I mean, Lynn has every right to ask a question. Right.
Right.
And it was Senator Shane Massey, who was, I think he's up in the Aiken area. But anyway, he was here, and Lynn asked him about whether or not he thought that Trump won, right? And about these audits. And there were those establishment people within the audience that night that thought, Lynn, why is he going there? It's a legitimate question, right?
Yeah, right.
Like I just said a few minutes ago, if we don't get past, or if we don't get to the bottom of what has happened in the past, in this case, 3 November,
Right.
that there's no reason for us to continue everything is absolutely fine. Okay, if everything's fine, let's look at this just like we do if we went into an IRS audit, a real deep dive. Let's open the books and let's do a thorough investigation and make sure there's nothing there.
And that's what they do, folks.
And that's what they do. But these folks in those areas, I think it should be done across the board, because guess what? Even here in South Carolina, there hasn't been an audit done on these new machines that we contracted with ES&S to the tune of $51 million. These are the taxpayers' dollars. People say, it's going to be expensive to do a full forensic audit. Then pick 1 or 2 counties like Richland, Lexington, maybe Greenville, some of these larger counties where a lot of this dark money flowed in, where we think we know everything's hunky-dory and up to snuff. But that doesn't pass the sniff test, because let's get into a full forensic audit.
Sure.
And let's just take a look at it. And if we're wrong and there's
what does it hurt?
Exactly. But we have everything to gain, because if it proves beyond a shadow of a doubt, both for Democrat, Republicans, or independents, somewhere in between other parties, then we know it's legitimate. But I just watched a clip before I came in here this evening. It's 6 or 7 minutes long. Somebody had put a compilation of all these Democrats leading up to just a few years ago, of how even Kamala Harris, Adam Schiff, the list goes on and on. All these Democrats whining about the fact that these election machines are easily rigged. They're easily hacked.
Right. Well, I saw the one lady was demonstrating that.
Yeah.
She just said, watch this. Zip, zip, zip. She made a couple software moves.
I think I have it saved in my Telegram account. But it's so at the end of the day, what I always is encouraging, even here within South Carolina, those that are in elected officials, they either are complicit in this because they know there's something not quite right, or maybe they're just so ignorant or naive, perhaps. I don't know. Right. I really don't. But I think ultimately the truth always prevails. It may not be in my timing, but it's always in the Lord's timing, because he's still sovereign.
Yeah, right.
And guess what? That's the thing that we have to remember here is this is all going to come out. It's been ugly. I think about the past 18 months, it's been hell to go through. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
I've never
100%.
seen our nation so divided. And I was talking to the lady today, cutting my hair, and asking her how she feels when she talks to people. Are people optimistic? Are they negative? And she's like, I think a lot of people are like ready to get on with life. And I'm like, well, that's great to hear. Excuse me. I said, because Who would ever thought that a nation would be divided over whether you wear a mask or not, or whether you're vaxxed or not? All these things, right, that happen. And I think a majority of Americans, true patriots that love our country and just want to, regardless of skin color or background, they're here. They're hardworking Americans. They believe in this nation and they want to continue to move forward, right? I'm not saying we're all going to lock arms and sing Kumbaya. We know that's not going to ever happen. There are going to be some people that disagree. That's why we have the show. We want to hear from you.
Right, exactly. And you can always call 1-843-800-1492.
Yeah.
With that, we'll be right back.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
The only conservative talk radio where you are more important than the host. TalkOne Radio. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, folks, we are back, and looks like we got the gremlins out of the machine for a change. So a couple things I want to tell you about. Wounded Spirits, great organization, and not only helps veterans, but it helps everyone that presents themselves through a biblical approach to dealing with the effects of post-traumatic stress. It's a free workshop series. You need to get involved in this. If you're suffering in any way, please, they're free. The session times run from 10 a.m. till noon. They're at the Beaufort Town Center building on 2015 Boundary Street, third floor training office. To register for any of these workshops, call the cell numbers your best, 703-606-3858 or 843-379-8696. Ask for extension 231. It's always free, always confidential. The 24th of July is session number 4. You can join these at any time. Again, they're free. If you're suffering from depression, PTSD, it doesn't matter whether you're a veteran, law enforcement officer, first responder, human being, they're free to you. Session number 4 is guilt and survivor guilt and surviving the same. So, hey, it's a free service for you. They have some of the best people working on that for you. And please take advantage of it. The Vineyard Assisted Living and Memory Care is located at 25 Cassidy Drive. Call Lindsay 843-258-4207. We have a loved one in there. I've said this many times before, and she really enjoys her new surroundings and her new friends. They're offering a half off, folks, the community fee if you mention Talk One Radio. Please take advantage of that. Jay McCoog, at eFit Club, Fitness Connected. Change your fitness, change your life. It's offering a 7-day free pass to anyone that gives him a call at 843-707-9771. I have contracted with him to do personal training. He's been not letting me off the hook, kicking my butt, but I'm feeling a lot healthier and stronger for it. But that doesn't mean that you have to do the same thing. Whatever stage of fitness you're at, please give them a call at 843-707-9771. They have a program they can build for you and bring you from zero to hero in no time at all. That's the eFit Club. It's located right next to Kroger's on 278. It's adjacent to the Amigos Mexican restaurant, which I know.
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, I did. It's very nice, very good. We know the owners. We happily know the owners. So. And they're hiring, by the way.
There's a lot of restaurants.
The Vineyard is hiring for all positions. So if you live in Sun City and you want to work with some people and not be far away from home, you probably go over there in your golf cart. Check the Vineyard out. They promote from within. It's a great place to work. Jay McCoog at eFit. If you know your daughter or niece, nephew, whatever, is a certified trainer, send them over to eFit Club. They're hiring. Andy's hiring at Amigos Restaurant. He has to close on the weekend because he can't get people to work. So, because everybody's, the people that do work usually have 2 or 3 jobs that they exhaust themselves. They leave themselves to the weekend. So,
yeah, I see it pretty much everywhere I go, where I'm out and about in the public. It's everyone's hiring. Yeah. So get to work.
Well, I mean, the Fiddlers is hiring. If you live in the Ridgeland area and you need a job,
there you go.
Soup to nuts. If you can cook, get over there. Groobies, Groobies 2. That's GROOBY'(s). 2 is getting ready to open very shortly. If you need a job, head on over there. It's the old Sebastian's. It's the old Sigler's restaurant. They got a New York deli going in there. They need help. Please apply yourself. Well, you already realize that the federal money is not being doubled up anymore. But if we lose these businesses, we lose everything. Everything's going to go pear-shaped on you. Think about your real estate values. If you lose all these restaurants because they can't staff, why would anybody want to move here? You know, what's the attraction? Especially away from the ocean like we are. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if I was younger, I'd be working 4 or 5 jobs. It wouldn't bother me one bit. So there you have it. We thank our sponsors because they believe in us and we believe in them. And we believe in giving them everything that we can. So that's that. What's up? What's up next? How about these? Hey, listen, what do we got? The what do they call the Olympics coming up pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
When do they start?
I have not been paying attention. I just knew last night when the Milwaukee Bucks, it's been 50 years, they won the NBA championship.
Yeah, that was nice.
My son was watching. I'm not really into NBA or
we're
that
coming
stuff
on
anymore.
now. You're going to get me fired up about sports.
Yeah, I know. I'm being very delicate around this and tiptoeing through the tulips here. But you started saying Olympics, and then the first thing I thought about was women's soccer because that was fresh in my mind. And
right.
They lost 3-0, I think, right?
Yeah, to someone that hasn't won to beat the team in 50 years.
Was saying something about, hey, they get what I'm not going to.
Somebody said they got what they deserved.
I'm just going to leave that
Buy
one
that
alone.
mine a beer for me, will you?
I'm just going to leave it alone. But yeah, I think we do have coming up. I can do a search real quick. Things like that, for me personally, not interested in it all. Used to love to watch the Olympics and stuff, but everything is so politicized.
Yeah,
right.
right.
It's kind of
IOC says that they're not going to put up with it.
Yeah.
Here's the deal: they're not going to be able to do anything about it. You're going to have some. This is going to be the clown show of clown shows. These USA athletes, some of them, are going to act like complete jackasses. You're going to see them disrespect our flag to the. I mean. You're going to have the Chinese contingency going, yes, nice, very good, fine job. You'll do great in our Politburo. I mean, it's going to be off the hook. IOC is talking about, oh, yeah, we're going to come down on these people like you won't believe. What are you going to do? That's the deal. That's what they're going to say. What are you going to do to me? Nothing. Send me home. My event is over. I was going home anyway.
Let's see here. I'm taking a look. Maybe it's already started and we're just late to the party.
The only thing I'm watching in the Summer Olympics, and I always have, is the fencing. I'll watch that. I usually watch that. I tape it. I watch the whole deal, especially the épée fencing. All the other stuff is, I like saber too, but épée fencing is my thing.
Is it in Tokyo? Does that sound right?
Yeah. Yep. They just had a big earthquake over there, 7.3 earthquake last week. I forget I had it in my notes, just a scribble note. But outside, I don't know what city it was outside of now. But they did suffer a big earthquake, and that whole area is nothing but a quake zone over there.
See, I haven't even been paying attention to sports. I knew it was in Tokyo, but I didn't realize that it was already upon us. I guess
it started already.
That's what happens when it's almost the end of July. It's been a strange year, that's for sure.
Well, with this whole transgender Title IX NCAA crap, where they're taking mediocre men and letting them run track and do all these things because they feel like they're a woman that day, or they're pre-op and all this. They're biologically men. You can't deny that. You don't have there's no pill out that it's going to make them any more of a woman than, they can change their body look and grow breast and, sever their genitals, but they're always going to be dudes.
Yeah.
And you can take as much estrogen as you want, get rid of your beard, body hair, and all that. You're still going to be a dude in my book. Sorry. And
maybe that's just kind of the reason why I don't even pay attention. So they already started. The opening ceremony won't be until Friday at 6:55 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh.
On NBC, of course. But they already did start. So
yeah, well, they had those like the do nothing.
Well, I'm trying to look at the schedule itself to find out, see what all is. The 2020 Olympic Games will feature a record 33 competitions and 339 events held across 42 competition venues. So
they get golf too. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like so Wednesday the 21st, they've got that softball, football.
Football? You mean soccer?
I'm assuming that's what this is. No,
I'm
on the Olympic homepage.
Let's be very afraid of the Chinese football team. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I clicked on the link and it's not taking me there. So
no,
I'm sure we've got some listeners out there that are going to be thrown up. I'll take a look at the live chat to see what we've got going on. Yep, Big Joe says it's already started. Yeah, I know we're a little late to the party.
I'll tell you what, I'm not watching it. The only thing I'm watching is fencing. That's it. That's all. And by the way, I'm not watching one single down of NFL football this year. I could care less. They've jumped the shark with me. I'm done with them.
Well, good. I think more people should jump on that train.
Forget it. Anytime now they're playing this. I haven't heard it. But it's been declared by the league, by everyone that matters, I guess, in the media, the Black National Anthem. Folks, if you could please tell me what that is and what that represents.
Let me press rewind.
Yeah, the Black National Anthem.
I'm going to have to duck
I have no idea what that is, but that will be played, I'm sure, before our national anthem, the country's national anthem. I consider it our national anthem. We are all Americans. We all stand up and, some of us do. Listen, I don't have too much of an issue. I do in my heart, but I don't let it manifest in hate for those that take a knee during the national anthem. I don't believe in being cowardly and staying in the locker rooms. If you're going to do what you're going to do, bring it out. But I did have a real chip on my shoulder, still do, about this. The female soccer players for the USA, when the 98-year-old man played the harmonica, they made an issue and turned their back to this old man. And I don't care what you say. I saw the tape from several angles, and they certainly did that. This guy, 98-year-old veteran, playing the harmonica, damn well, I must say, damn well, the national anthem, and they disrespected that old timer for no reason other than us being a little bunch of selfish. I'm not going to say the word. I don't believe that, but they were selfish players. So, what is did you find it?
I did find it. It's this article. It says, "What is the Black National Anthem? Here's why the NFL plays Lift Every Voice and Sing Before Games." It's about, I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Below are the lyrics to Lift Every Voice and Sing, written by James Weldon Johnson. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody. I've never read this before. It looks like it's two stanzas, I guess, and several 19 lines or something like that. It has endured as a culture. It was written in, 1899, was quickly embraced as a powerful symbol of the mix of struggle and enduring hope for Black people in the U.S. This is on Sporting News website, and this was written back in September of last year, so it's not relevant to what you're talking about. Again,
Well, it's going to be played before every game. Every NFL game, you're going to hear that song. That's the Black National Anthem, I guess. Never heard it before. Don't know who that fella is. No disrespect meant. But I just, what's next? What is next? I'm going to, how about the Polish National Anthem?
I got
schooled. How about we play
tonight.
that?
I got schooled because I had no idea what that was. So I was totally ignorant to it. But wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. But buy our jersey. Buy our jersey. I don't have enough gas in my private jet.
Good luck, NFL.
Yeah.
I think more and more people, and I guess part of this is we've created this own situation ourselves as citizens for the last several decades. We've become complacent, apathetic towards what's truly going on in our communities at the state level, a local level, state level, and certainly at the federal level, because a lot of us we're already fed up with the rhetoric. But we get involved in sports or entertainment or something to distracts us from. And since I don't know how long has Facebook been around now? 15 years social media.
Oh, easy.
15, 16, 17 years, something like that. So with the advent of the Y2K and the internet boom, now of course everything is streaming. You can get right there on your phone. Everything's ease of access. So we've been lured into this attraction of whatever it is to fill the void in the time, and we've been distracted looking at, oh, look, a shiny penny, all these things.
Right. A puppy.
These other ideologies, these other agendas have been moved forward.
Right.
And that's why we're in the mess that we're in. So, and that's why I don't know about the Black National Anthem. And why would we have a separate anthem? I'm sorry, aren't we the United States of America?
Yeah. Well, for some, they say, maybe for you, being white privilege and all, but we've never been free in this country. I've heard that. I was like, what? Meanwhile, I just as they move about freely throughout the country themselves. I mean, I've seen people of all races on airplanes going places. I've seen them in law, offices. I've seen them in court. People of color, believe it or not. I don't know. What happened? I mean, they didn't get the memo about being oppressed, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Listen, stop treating Black people like they're crippled in some way. That's the problem. Democrats have been treating this race of people like some type of mad puppet you bring out every 4 years, and you feed them, and then they vote for us, and then you go back, and then you're right back into, sailing around the yacht club bar, Remember what Lyndon Baines Johnson said? Hey, go to the Library of Congress, look it up for yourself. And I'll quote him here. We'll have those N-word voting for us for the next 200 years. You go ahead and look that up. Type it in, Library of Congress, Lyndon Baines Johnson, put the quote in there, and you can listen to it yourself. Democrat Lyndon Baines Johnson. The plan, set in motion right there, right in front of you. Democrats have been using people of color and minorities since the 1960s. And the fact you should be, as strong Black men and women, you should be absolutely pissed off that you're being treated this way. Throwing money at you and saying, well, you're not smart enough to get your own ID. You don't know how to use the internet. You don't know where the DMV is. I mean, how insulting is that? I mean, if somebody told me that, I would be like, what? And that's exactly what Ari Horowitz did. And these people were like, what are you talking about? They're just normal people. They happen to be black. Ari's talking to me. He goes, do you know how to get an ID? She goes, yeah, I get an ID. You know how to use the internet? Yeah. She goes, I have the internet right here on my phone. Oh, you know how to use the phone? Yes. Do you have a license? Yes. Do you know how to get to DMV? Yes. But no, here's what we hear from politicians on the left and some on the right too. Oh, these rural people don't know how to, they don't have access to the internet. They couldn't get an ID. How are they going to,
They got to go to Kinko's.
Yeah, Kinko's. Here's a clue.
Out of business.
They were purchased by FedEx in 2006. All right. FedEx shed that off as fast as they bought them. Come on, Kamala. Jeez. Dumb as a box of rocks. So you have somebody that's an islander telling everybody that she's, hip to the squad and, smoking a little reefer. She goes, I'm Jamaican. Of course I smoke reefer. What a dope. She's a vice president. Could be president of the United States. I wouldn't trust her to watch my dog. You people got to be kidding me. We're done with this. I'm done with this here. If you want to call in 1-843-800-1492, you want to talk about, I would love to talk to someone on the left that thinks that they have it all figured out, that we're on the road to paradise with Joe Biden. Absolutely.
Road to utopia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. We're all going to be sitting around smoking reefer,
everything's
playing
free.
a guitar, singing songs. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Free college for everybody. What are you going to refund that money to the people that work 4 jobs to send their kids to college? I doubt it. I know you're not. You're just going to hand them a big bag of suckers and say, here, there you go. There's your prize. Jackasses. I'm really over the top with this tonight. I am up to my ears with all this. We've been too soft. People on the right have been too soft about this. I'm not talking about violence. I do not want anything to do with violence, to be perfectly clear. But I'm going to express myself and I'm going to express my beliefs because that's what I believe, that this nation is greater than what's being fed to us. This baloney about COVID-19, 99.9% recovery rate. I mean, a common cold knocks people down and kills them. What happened to the flu? Nobody's even talking about the flu anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, the only flu we got is the Wuhan, the Chinese flu, thanks to Dr. Fauci and his nutty professor friends giving money to the Wuhan virology lab. Hey, we got people in Appalachia that haven't had a hot meal in about 2 weeks. What do we need to fund the Chinese for? What are these people doing? Who put them in charge? Who put this jackass Tony Fauci in charge of anything? He's a blowhard. He went at Rand Paul like he was yelling at one of his kids. Oh, little did he remember that Rand Paul's a medical doctor, by the way. Knows exactly what he's talking about. Dr. Fauci, you have worn out your welcome. Step aside. Enjoy retirement. Get on the bus with Bill Gates, because I think you're bad for the country, and you have been all along.
Well, Rand Paul seeking criminal referral charges against Fauci.
That's not going to go anywhere, but I mean, it's lovely that he's doing that. He lied to Congress. More stuff coming out about that, too.
So did Comey.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And that
nothing happens. Yeah. These guys, what's this other dope that running guns? What was that? He was the AG.
Eric Holder?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
hey, no, he's got the blood of a DEA agent on his
Fast
hands.
and Furious.
Yeah, there you go.
Eric Holder, Joe Cunningham's buddy. Yeah, they're all thick as thieves, man.
Yeah,
That's
here
the
you
problem.
want a little something else here. Remember this. Remember these poor slobs over in Libya.
What difference at this point does it make?
Yeah, that's what she had to say. 4 of them dragged through the streets. Their family watched that. What difference does it make?
Well, the 2-tier justice system that we've been talking about, and I think you couldn't be more on point. This evening is really, in terms of when you look at all of these things that have transpired, there are folks out there that are listening all across the country that feel the same way as you. There's no justice, right?
Right.
No justice, no peace. Right? We've heard that before.
Yeah, of course.
But this is the reality. So we see. Let me just draw a little bit of an analogy here, or contrast. Last year, we saw the attempted firebomb of the federal courthouse.
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
Did you see any charges? Was anyone charged?
I think they did charge somebody with a felony. I don't know what the status is of the case.
Meanwhile, we fast forward, to 1/6.
Right.
We still have people that are being held that right in solitary confinement 23 hours a day.
Yeah.
That haven't been charged. So there's this, 2-tier justice system. Everything that you said from Comey, McCabe, Strzok and Page, all of these people, Hillary Clinton, the emails, Benghazi,
right,
Susan Rice. It goes on and on and on. No one's ever held accountable.
Exactly.
He just go up there doing Fauci now, right?
Right. He can say whatever he wants now. He's like floating. He's like, the world champion bullshitter.
So I guess, we don't have the rule of law. Just go out and do whatever you want, right?
As long as you're connected.
Yeah, as long as you're connected, you can just get away with it. Get out of jail free card.
Yeah. Or you turn up dead.
Yeah.
Mr. Epstein. Whoa. Getting a little close to the bone there, Billy.
It's
for that matter, where's Bill Clinton been these days? Haven't seen him.
Well, actually, I was wrong. Portland Antifa rioter convicted of felony arson for throwing IED at officer, setting Portland police building on fire. So I guess I was wrong about that.
There you go. They got one anyway.
Through an IED, has been convicted of multiple felony arson and assault charges stemming from a violent Black Lives Matter Antifa riot when a Portland police officer was almost set on fire.
Right.
21-year-old Cyan Waters of Portland, Cyan Waters Bass. 5 felonies, including unlawful possession.
Of course, it's got to be a hyphenated name. Of course.
Sentenced to 48 months in prison, and after he pleaded guilty to a slew of other charges prior to conviction and sentencing.
Well,
that's
go
good.
Ahead.
Hey, I'm glad I saw that.
Good.
But all those other people we talked about, nothing's happening there. Comey walked free. He's out book signing, and we got Hunter Biden, where we know we've got the.
He's out selling paintings for $500,000. He's blowing paint through a straw, folks. How weird is this? Can we get this carnival? I don't think it can get any crazier. This is like a mad, traveling carnival.
It's worse than that.
Hunter Biden selling paintings where he takes a straw and he blows the paint on canvas and sells them. It's another way of, laundering money.
Yep.
He's just freshening up the cash he gets from under the table from his Chinese buddies. It's incredible. It's nuts. If you don't think this is crazy and you think everything is just fine, wait till you pay about $8 for a loaf of bread. Then call in and tell me how crazy I am.
Well, the funny thing is his dad, there's the news report on PJ Media that I saw earlier. It talks about his father, bombshell. Joe Biden used a private email account to send Hunter government documents. Listen to this. Turns out Hillary Clinton wasn't the only one with email gate. According to emails found on Hunter Biden's laptop, All right, you ready for this?
Oh,
Joe
beautiful.
Biden used a private email account to send his son, Hunter Biden, information from the State Department, according to Just the News. And that's John Solomon stuff.
Well, what was it? Like a travel advisor or some,
Well, some of the emails were personal in nature, and I'm quoting here. Others were political in nature, and still others clearly addressed business matters, often forwarding information from senior officials in the White House, the State Department, and other government agencies.
How much traction do you think that's going to get in the mainstream media?
Listen
Zero.
to this. Remember, Biden told Ukrainian President Poroshenko he would withhold $1 billion in loans unless Poroshenko fired Shokin, an indisputable quid pro quo, which they tried to impeach.
Yeah, of course they transferred
Donald
that
Trump
over.
for the first time. Remember that? There was nothing. It was a big nothing burger. But he is son of a gun. He was fired, right?
Yeah, how about that?
Biden admitted that on video,
right?
And nothing happens. And look, he's up there in the big, beautiful White House,
right? Yeah,
but I have faith. I really do. I think
the
tide's going to turn, man.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to save us is
guess what? I'm not backing down. I am not turning tail. Man.
No, that's me
There's
too.
too much at
I'm
stake,
done with it.
and I think a majority of Americans are finally fed up, and they're like, I've talked to probably 90% of the people I talk to are the same way. Like, this is BS.
Right.
We've got to fix the fraud in the election. This COVID, I'm done with that. You're not going to give me some passport where no, we live in America. On Monday, I asked the audience, read your state constitution, because we've got the U.S. Constitution from a federal perspective, but these states are to be sovereign. And so I asked you to go back and read your state constitution. Here in South Carolina, it's a real easy read. But you know what? It's a great reminder that the government, in this case, their powers are derived from we, the people, the consent of the governed. So if you're saying, oh, we don't have any power, no, folks, they work for you and for me.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
They can't send out the brown shirts like they did in 1939.
And
allegedly,
we talked today to a young Marine officer, and a real nice guy. But we were just kind of getting a pulse for what's going on military wise, as we have a chance to rub elbows with a lot of these people. And I think it was great because listen, God bless the Marine Corps. We need them here to protect and defend our shores and our interests overseas. And hey, he basically said we stand at the ready.
Right.
And I think we as patriots, as Americans, citizens, are the average Joe and Jane that are out there across this great nation. They stand at the ready as well.
Absolutely. With that, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
The only conservative talk radio where you are more important than the host. Talk One Radio. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Talk One Radio Zapper, along with my buddy Big Al. All right,
We're on it.
we are there.
Mm-hmm.
Back in and working.
That's it. Well, I just, before you get over, I think I know where you're going. I think I want to just play this real quick.
Yeah, you've got some things to play. I can do the soulful moment at the end.
Yeah, that sounds like a winner. Yeah, folks, I talked about it, and I do have it on the lead page and a tickler on the bottom of the screen. We're talking about the evolutionist teaching network. This is much higher strung than the CRT problem that we're facing in our schools. I just want you to listen to these people. This was taken off one of their Zoom meetings. It's rather incredible to me. I hope it comes across just right. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, but listen closely.
Say loudly and clearly, reform is not enough.
We cannot reform when the brokenness is in the foundation. Education cannot save us. We must save education.
I want us to be feared.
Folks, I don't know how that strikes you, but Joe Biden today had no problem with this organization receiving your tax dollars to move smartly forward. Unfortunately, he made those comments. 6 hours later, the White House tried to walk it back because they don't even know where this money is going. As long as these organizations start talking about racism, whiteness, white nationalism, what's the other ones? White supremacy, that's the other one. Whatever. The money just kind of like the faucets come on like a fire hydrant on a hot summer day. It's unbelievable. Joe Biden's administration supports that type of abolitionist teaching network. They walked it back, but the money didn't come with them. How's that? They got white teachers that are talking about, well, I'm here. I've been educated. You're a complete idiot. These people are radical extremists. They want to tear us apart. If you don't get that flick down in your brain and you think that they're fighting a good fight, then you drank too much Kool-Aid. We got to get it right in this country, and we will get it right. We won't get it right by saying we're over here, you're over there. That's not how it's going to happen. We have to come together as Americans, not as just some racially identified groups, sexually identified groups that you go over there, we'll stay over here. What do you think that's? We'll never get anywhere. You know what? We are ripe for being overrun by our enemies that have no love for us. You think the Chinese like us? You think the Russian people are good people? I know that because I've been there.
It's the governments.
It's the governments.
It's the Communist Party.
Right.
The PLA and the Communist, but the CCP.
Right.
That's the enemy. The people are just trying to make a living.
Right.
Or trying however they
they're
can.
They're conscripted. They're going to be fighting. They're going to be doing bad things. It's coming. But if you sit on your hands and act like, well, that's not our problem. That's an inner city problem. I mean, that's been going on for a long time, but that goes back to what I was talking about, where these welfare programs, affirmative actions, set-asides, you show me where that has worked. Obama in office 8 years. What does he have? What's his legacy? Healthcare? Huh? He gave away phones. Did that help the black family? No. Do these checks that you get in the mailbox help you? No.
But when you elect somebody, for the most part, because of their skin color, that's what you get. You get a Barack Obama, which my opinion is he was a total plant.
No.
And that ushered in a whole new hope and change for America.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
So I feel your pain. I hear what you're saying tonight. I know you're definitely fired up, and I think a majority of Americans are.
Yeah,
we've had enough.
And they should.
Enough is enough.
They should be, right. Absolutely.
And
Enough's enough.
I'm with you. And all these other distractions from sports and entertainment and all this other crap. You know, there are some real life things that are, if we don't get this right, we're done. We're kind of like one foot over the edge already. Right. You know, we're there. I think I said this many times already, whether you want to admit to it or not, we're in this covert 5th generational warfare. And most of it is information, influence operation and psyops and all this stuff. we're being bombarded. And I really feel for the people that are having a hard time using their critical thinking skills. But there is an enemy, and I would say more of an invisible, because they're doing this covertly.
Yeah, right.
But that we still have what is worth protecting and defending.
Yeah, there's a common thread that runs through us, folks.
Yep.
You can't deny it. And if the Chinese hit the beach today, you'd see it, because every person that owns a weapon in this country will be moving forward to reject those people off our beaches.
And that's why the Chinese, what they decided in like, I think it was 98 or 99, that was their plan, was that they knew that they didn't want to go kinetic with the United States of America, or toe to toe.
Right.
They weren't going to be able, but they could try to erode us from within.
Sure.
And through power and influence and purchasing politicians and companies and
generals,
and in a very slow, methodical process,
right,
they could inject themselves into these different organizations and have influence and power, and they've been very successful at that. And that's what we're dealing with.
Right.
So,
well, you got to get fired up sometime.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, General Milley? That guy's the biggest turncoat. He's a coward and a traitor to the United States of America. He doesn't deserve to wear the uniform.
That's the thing, is when they were calling it January 6th, the insurrection or whatever, what you just said is so true. If we have people that are in our own country, I'm not saying you're allowed to give your opinion. That's covered under the First Amendment.
Sure.
But listen, if you are conspiring with, aiding and abetting the enemy in any shape, form, or passion,
right,
however you're doing that, okay? I don't care if it's the local government, state government, county government, federal government.
Right.
That's treason.
Absolutely.
Absolutely is treason.
The guy's a bum. General Milley is a bum. And I'll tell you why. Because he's auditioning for a political office right now, and he's wants to make sure he's on the strong team. He wants to be on whoever's in power. That's why he's singing these songs, insisting that our troops be exposed to this radical philosophy about whiteness is bad. These reading lists that are being endorsed by the generals of their service. I'm shocked that this guy, how he got there, I have no idea. I listened to his testimony. I watched him get grilled by people, and he was indignant as they come, because the guy's a complete turncoat. Take off the uniform. You're a disgrace.
My thought about, as we get a little bit closer to the finish, this human condition. You said about darkness, light. I wrestle with this every day. I really do. And I try to start the day off with time in the Word of God to kind of find that center, that peace, man, because only Jesus can provide that.
Right.
And that's just that's the truth, the reality. The only thing I can really control in my life is how I respond to others, my attitude, right? And I really I try to have an attitude of gratitude. But I was just thinking of these verses came to mind today, that God doesn't look on the outward appearance like we do, judging people by what they look. But he looks at what? The spirit, right? He looks at the heart. He looks on the inside. Thank goodness he does, right? And with all my flaws and scars and all, and the red hair, he's gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love and grace, in love. And so these two came to mind tonight. This is the book of Proverbs, book of wisdom. 16:1 says, the plans of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. And sovereignty there. Verse 2, all the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. So we don't know, we do know that we're up against a spiritual battle here in this country, in this nation, in this world. And we know things are going to get a lot worse before Christ returns. The Bible is very clear about that. But in the meantime, there's no fear of death. Christ has overcome that. We have to remain rooted and grounded in the truth, which is his word, it doesn't return to him void. It accomplishes every single purpose. He is the sovereign king. I always like to remind people when I'm talking to them, like, I don't see any sweat on God's brow. I really don't. He's not caught off guard by any of this. And there is a day for the righteous and the unrighteous. I always try to say, commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. That's 16:3. 16:4, this is it for tonight. The Lord has made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of trouble. So we may not get justice, true justice in this lifetime, but in the life to come, there will be absolute justice. And the only justice that we truly know, and those that know the Lord, is that justice was accomplished on our behalf by the Master himself, who hung spread eagle at Golgotha, where justice and mercy met on the cross. And that's what it's all about. So he's our only hope of salvation.
Right. It is finished.
It's done.
So, I mean, thank God for that. Because redemption is going to be a drink that scalds those that have not come to the Lord. I'm telling you that right now.
Yep.
So don't be surprised at any moment. Anything can happen. Anything.
Speaking of everything happening, I wanted to make a couple announcements. I know I'll be in the studio on Friday with you, and then I'm going to be going on vacation for a little bit. So we've got some things that'll be changing here over the next few weeks, right? I think Brad Storm is going to come in and help out while I step out and ride my cowboy out west and throw my cowboy hat on. I'll hope to follow up with you guys while I'm out there and maybe make a quick call in and see how everybody's doing.
Man. That'd be cool.
But, so we got that, and you're going to be out of town for a few days. So maybe if you can train me on these boards, I can step in, and maybe Brad will come in, and it'll be me and Brad till you get back. But I know we're going to be doing that.
Sounds good.
We got a lot of great guests. Some of you were really wondering, you keep asking, when is General Flynn coming on? Have you rescheduled? Listen, folks, we weren't trying to, bait you along. That was the real deal. General Flynn is the real deal. And I do want to thank him. We'd had an opportunity to reschedule it. Right now it is set for Tuesday, August 17th. It's going to be at 11 a.m. We're going to have General Michael Flynn on the program.
Right. So we're going to run the show from
10 to noon.
10 to noon that day. We're still going to do our regular broadcast, but that'll be a special live broadcast for you from 10 till noon on August 17th. General Michael Flynn is going to join us. We're working on others that of national importance, and we're really privileged and excited about the fact that the general's taking time out of his life to enjoy this itty-bitty, teeny-weeny TalkOne radio station.
Yeah, well, he's all about, when you listen to him, folks, if you haven't, you can go on to Rumble, YouTube, and you can see all of these interviews that he does, and tremendous amount of them. But he also is very supportive of smaller businesses like TalkOne Radio.
Sure.
And he wants, as veterans, he wants to help us out. He's just an authentic man. My wife and I were fortunate to have a conversation with him earlier this year, and it was like talking to an old friend. And so, again, thanks, General Flynn. We'll see you here, hopefully, and he may be joining us via video as well. We'll see if we can get him there.
Fingers crossed.
So Tuesday, August 17th, 11 a.m., General Michael Flynn will be joining us. We're working on a few other things, big things as well. So I just wanted to say thanks to our listeners, where our audience is growing, and though sometimes we experience some issues, Al and I are trying to do our best. Again, we're flawed. Sometimes we go a little bit off, and I know I do. But tonight, whether you're fired up, I'm fired up, we're usually able to joke around and laugh and take your calls. And that's the important thing, is we'd love to see more callers. Give us a call. Left, right, center, somewhere in between. I don't care. You're always free to call in here at the station anytime. 843-800-1492.
Yeah, you're always welcome. There's no question about it. I showed a lot of passion tonight is because it just came to me, and I just felt it. And that's the way I am. And I don't hold any reservations about it. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. but I'm not going to change myself in the way I feel about certain things. And one of them being one of the most important things in my life is being a good American.
Yeah.
And representing this country to the best I can. I've been doing it since I was 17 years old, and I've been involved in some shape, fashion, or form, whether it be in the service of the federal government, past that as a contractor. I've always given 110%. And right now, I think I have to give, and we give 110% as we talk to you about things that happen nationally. These aren't made up. We don't sit and make this up and think that, we research this stuff. This is not,
fly by night.
Yeah, we don't just, get in the parking lot and say, well, what did CNN say about this? We'll say the exact opposite. We do the research on it, folks. We know what we're talking about. I mean, you may not think that. And if you don't, I wish you would call in 1-843-800-1492. You can call. I know we're nationwide right now. Listen, 3 to 5 p.m. We run Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Eastern time, 7 to 9 p.m. That phone number will work like a charm. You can bring yourself right in here and give me your best shot. Bring your A game.
And thanks to our loyal listeners, too. We're starting to get more and more comments on the social media platforms. Thank you very much. It is appreciated. Listen, tell your family or friends about us. We certainly would greatly appreciate that help in terms of advertising.
Right. And I just want to make a quick announcement. I can tell you this. On Monday, I received the numbers for our first, it was actually 10 days of national radio exposure. We had over 100,000 people listening to us on 100 stations across the nation, 3 to 5 p.m. We had over 100,000 people watched our YouTube show, which runs on GodFamilyCountry.tv and Reel TV, REEL.tv. We had over 100 hits on both. So we had listeners that hung with us. They like our content. We're blasting off. We want to take you with us. Please hang with us. Join the show. It'll only get better with you in the mix. I'm telling you, instead of having to listen to me rant and rave, take a shot at yourself. We'll let you run. Just don't use vulgar language and don't do any personal attacks. I get enough of those, but that's fine. I'm a big boy. We don't care so much about that. People will be people, and we are all Americans, and that's the bottom line. As Steve Austin says, that's a shout out for my man, Brad Storm. And that's the bottom line, is we're all Americans.
Amen.
And we are joined by the thread of freedom and sacrifice that people made in this country to allow us the liberty and freedom that we enjoy today. So don't lose it. Hang on to it as hard as you can. It's up to you, and it's up to me. We have to stand tall. Now is the time. Join us again Friday. You're listening to TalkOne Radio. Take care of yourself. Be kind to each other. Jeff, thanks for being here.
Thank you. See you all Friday.
We'll see you on Friday.
As the day sets on another slice of heaven, we hope you've enjoyed the show. We look forward to you joining us again on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. live. We're never far away. Just call 843-800-1492 during the show and visit our website at www.talkoneradio.com to share your comments. We'll be back sooner than you know, so tell your friends and family to find their voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio show, TalkOne Radio.